Welcome back, everyone. For today's video, let's see a way to surprise the opponent after they play knight to f6. What most opponents expect is going to be something like c4, right? A setup. A setup, they can develop the bishop, knight to c3, d6, e4, bishop to g7, knight to f3, castle, bishop to e2, e5, castle. So this gets very strategical, it's very cagey, and it's passive, but it's good for both sides, right? But what if we play something they don't expect? And I play this in a classical game. I will show you my game later. But after knight to f6, what if we get f3? They cannot play the normal setup, because what I'm going to do, what is the idea after f3? Playing e4, sorry, not the king, e4, and then maybe later e5, right? So they will have to respond to this, and it's gonna get ugly. They will have to play the best move in the position, d5. d5 is stopping the idea of going e4. So you might think, wait, so why did we play f3? We play e4 anyway. Yeah, we don't care. We're sacrificing one pawn. D takes on e4, we develop the knight. This is very important. It's like the second move we have to play. Knight to c3, e takes on f3, and we take back with the knight. We're gambiting a pawn in exchange for development. I wanted to call it the engineer's gambit, but no, this is the Blackmar Diemer gambit, or at least a version of this. Then let's assume now they play this setup. g6, we can develop the bishop to f4, and this is a great move because it's not really an idea, but we could maybe potentially play this move, knight to b5, hitting this pawn. I will show you later why we shouldn't play that, but just as a conceptual idea, right? Bishop to g7, now queen to d2. Here we're going to go for this battery, maybe even trading this bishop, castle, and we castle on this side of the board, and it's going to get sharp and very aggressive, right? We might have these ideas of pushing these pawns. And now it's not that easy to play for black. What are they supposed to play? Let's see it. Just looking at the pawn structure, they might be able to play something like e5 or c5, challenging our pawn. But those are not really moves right now. Maybe c6, right? c6 is a good move. That's kind of an engine move. But now it's like, okay, you still want to develop your pieces. So what are you doing? The best move in the position, at least developing the bishop, logical, bishop to g4. Here we just protect with bishop to e2, keeping an eye on the knight, and the game will continue. Let's say they play c6, sorry, here, c6. We can kick out this bishop by playing h3, and if they trade, we take knight to d5. We're happy. We're just happy because we have the bishop pair. This pawn is still protected. We can play a move like queen to b4, for example, hitting this pawn. But we also have to recognize our weakness, which is this pawn, right? Our pawn now is unprotected. We cannot take this pawn here because this is hanging. This is hanging. Now we get into trouble. They have a lot of counterplay. It's not pretty. So we have to be careful about this. But let's go back a little bit. We castle. And let's say they push the pawn here, the bishop here, sorry, to f5. We go with the same idea. We're gonna go h3 and then g4. h3. And now, what are they supposed to do with black? Knight to c6, for example. It's not that, right? It's not that simple. It's not that easy to play or what to play next. Knight to c6. And then we can get g4. The bishop is in trouble. In a rush, they might just play something like this. And yeah, positionally, we're better. However, they have a way to bail out. I still want to show you. They can bail out with this move. We shouldn't take here because now this diagonal is bad for us. So here we can just move the queen. If they take, we take. everything is fine. This is about an equal position. So yeah, they still have to be careful. They still have to be careful. Let's say they develop the bishop here to e6. Now what we can do is hit this bishop, right, with tempo, something like knight to g5. Or we just go with our plan. With our plan of playing this, h3, and then g4. So as you can see, after we castle, this gets sharp, but at the same time, it's easy to play. It's easy to play for us. Let's assume here a move like knight to c6. Yeah, our weakness is d5, so you're giving me the tempo to push my weakness, d5, and I'm hitting this, everything is good. So yeah, it's still a very good position. Okay, so let me show you this classical game I play, and I prepare this opening that I just showed you, and I go with d4. I woke up and it was one of those things where you have an idea, or you think you should call a person, something is telling you to do something, or maybe a business idea that can be done, but there is no scientific explanation for it. You just know it's the right thing to do. So knight to f6 is played, and I go with f3. So f3, she should absolutely play f5, right? For the reasons we saw before. And she completely ignores this. She goes for her setup, g6. Perfect. I'm completely winning. In my head, it's like, yeah, this is a dream position. You couldn't have given me more this day. So e4, then we get d6. Yeah, preventing this idea of e5 is all good. Bishop to f4. I didn't know exactly what to do with this bishop, but it looks okay to me. Bishop to f4, right? Knight to d7, bishop to c4. At some point, I have to throw in this move, knight to c3. I know about this move, it's like right away, but I was like, maybe my pieces are not at risk right now, so it's all good. After bishop to g7, give me a second here, knight to c3. And I also burned some clock trying to think about what would happen if I play e5. But I know it's rush, so probably just develop your pieces first, because now they can move the knight, for example. And now where do I go? Let's say I protect with the queen, takes, and now I get into trouble even if I try to go here. Yeah, this is like, it's not a good position, to be honest. So no, let's just finish development. Castle. Now I go with queen d2, and you know my idea, right? But I don't even have to rush it, because black's pieces are super tied down. They don't have a lot of space. So I keep the opponent waiting, and I don't have to castle. So they play e5, d takes on e5. Okay, bishop to g5, keeping the pin, knight to b6. And to me, this was like, wow, this knight is going to be very awkward for the rest of the game. So I just go back, bishop to b3, queen takes on d2, bishop takes on d2, and I shouldn't have a problem. I can still castle either way after I develop my knight. Rook to e8, now knight g to e2, and I should have really played this. I consider it. I consider knight to b5, hitting this pawn. But I wasn't sure about my plans or the continuation after something like, I don't know, rook to e7. And what I play next? Bishop to b4, maybe? They can play rook to d7. It's not clear. So, okay, I just play a practical move, developing the knight. Bishop to d7 goes next. a4. The idea is to go a5, kicking the knight. a5, okay. Now bishop to e3. And if I could manage to double up the pawns on this side of the board, then maybe I can start pushing here, right? Then knight to c8. And it's like, what? This knight is so bad. It's like the worst piece. This position for black could not be uglier. Bishop to f8 was actually the best move. And it's not simple. It's not easy to see, right? Okay. After knight to c8, I played, what did I play? Oh, I should have played g4, by the way. I should have played g4, but I wasn't sure about this, like g5, then I can land here. Yeah, I didn't see the continuation, so but it's actually better because this knight is completely out of the game. But okay, I played knight to d5. I was like, I'm gonna try this knight, stake, and also hit this diagonal. And she made another terrible mistake. Your most active piece is the bishop. Black's bishop is the most is like the only piece that's active. And then she's putting a pawn to block her bishop. Like, what is this? C6. Okay, I just go back. I was expecting another move. I was expecting something like knight to d6, for example, reactivating the knight. That would have been fine. Then c6, I just go back. Then b6 is played. Super passive, right? It's like, when are you activating your knight? I don't know. Now I castle, and now this bishop is bad. It's terrible. It's completely ignoring this development of the knight, and the bishop is awkward. Okay, rook to a7. Okay, kind of holding everything together. Rook to d2. I have a simple idea. Let's just go here. c5. I don't even waste any time. I just play this. Rook h to d1. It's a classical game, but it's still, like, it's not really difficult to play for me. Now rook to d8. And probably you also see this idea, which I completely overlook. I thought about it, but I was like, wait, no, they cannot even play this. But I didn't see it in the moment. They cannot play this. This will be an illegal move, right? There is a pin. I didn't see that. It was so bad. So, but I play knight to c3. Okay, still keeps the advantage. It's still good. I still have a good position. Knight goes to e7. And now, okay, yeah, this is like too obvious, right? It's too obvious not to play bishop to g5. King goes to f8. And probably here I should have played something like knight to d5. I definitely consider it, but I wanted to be practical. I also didn't know the exact continuation, because maybe black can retreat this bishop, and I wasn't sure about this. I wanted to be practical about this. Okay, let's just try the knight. And maybe with tempo I can win this pawn. And that's what happens. And that actually blunders the advantage. Doesn't blunder the game, but it blunders the advantage. Because of this idea. Yeah, I completely missed this idea. Okay, calorie goal hit. Then my opponent doesn't see it. She's also under a lot of pressure, like psychologically, on time, everything, right? The pieces are not great. She played rook to b7, just like kicking out the knight. Perfect. I just go back, knight to c4, threatening to play this. So she has to move the rook. Rook b to b8. And here I thought, let me go back a little bit. Here, sorry. Bishop takes, I completely consider this, but I didn't also know how, like, it would take a lot of grinding, right? I knew this was winning. Like, maybe I can trade all pieces. And I have 2 extra pawns. I have 3 versus 2. And on this side of the board, 4 versus 3. But that's going to take another 40 moves, because probably she's not going to resign. Okay, so I just try to be more practical, keep pieces on the board, keep the threads alive. So yeah, but that was good. Knight to d6 check, king to e7. Okay, now I win the pawn. Rook to f8. Rook takes on d7. King goes to f6. And yeah, this is to me resignation, because at this point, what can you do? Let's say you sacrifice this rook, right? It's like, oh my god, this knight is hanging. No, I can actually just take the rook. So after even bishop to h6, for example, I can takes, and I calculated this. Yeah, rook versus bishop. I'm completely winning. Like, I'm completely winning. I can put my rook here and win on the next turn upon. So yeah, this is just losing. Knight takes on f7. Then rook goes to f8, trying to avoid this, I guess. Rook takes. king to f6. That to me is resignation because she should have gone here. That continues the game or keeps the game alive. And then rook a to d6, rook 1 to d6. This is checkmate. The king has no escapes. So yeah, this is a good way to surprise your opponent. Just play this and see how fun it is. After knight f6, go with this gambit. It's interesting to play. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my exclusive content. We talk a lot about different strategies, positional ideas, and it's all good. Very cheap, accessible course for everyone. I will see you in the next one, and take care.